Hey, do you suck at raiding? Do you want to be able to 3-star every single base that you see with perfect always? You wanna literally never lose a raid ever again? Then this is not the video for you. But if you want to get slightly better at raiding and get a little bit more consistent win streaks going, then maybe stay and watch. This is my rating 101 video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing a couple examples that are already pre-recorded, as it's easier for me to talk over them. And after this video, I guess I'll make a defense video, maybe. We'll see. Depends what that like button does down there. Wink, wink. Anyways, to start, let's go ahead and get in a couple of my win and loss ratio. Now, my win-loss ratio is, oh, well, I went on a really bad streak over here. This is my defense history. Oh, shit. Oh, right, there's my attack history, right. Just nothing but 3-stars for a while. Then we had a couple losses, and we don't really generally pay attention to that. But generally speaking, as you can see, I win, because I'm a Giga Chad. And you can see I use the same setup every single time, usually. As you can see, I have 3 powers that I generally use all the time. That would be the decoy, targeting, and missile. If you're not running missile, you're a clown. If you're not running targeting, you're an omega clown. And the third one is optional. Smoke is really good. Flame is really good as well, and I'll tell you why later. But I like to use a decoy for I'll show you why I use a decoy. So first of all, when you load up in a match, I'll go ahead and tell you what I look for in a raid. Now, note, this raid guide is not going to help you in the Alliance Season War, and the reason why is you cannot see the base you are raiding. But here's what I look for in a raid. Let's take this one for example. The Pyromancer is usually trouble, and same with Medic. Medic, Pyromancer, nasty combination. This base is all spread out. I don't like it. I don't like how this wall formation looks here. It looks weird. And everything is generally pretty spread out. But I do notice one thing. All of the buildings are spread out. Now, I did just say, hey, that's a problem. But it becomes less of a problem when you notice that there's not a lot of sniper towers. So this might be a potential raid candidate. Next one that we're going to look at. As you can see, here's another type of base that you're going to see a lot, is everything clumped up together. This is also a raid candidate because they have the Rocketeer. But snipers are a problem. So when you're raiding, sniper towers are going to be your worst nightmare in a raid. They can make or break. This is 100% a raid candidate. And just as a quick example, I'm not going to raid it. I will not raid it, even though I really want to. I don't know why all my stuff is switched around. Hold up. There we go. I will not raid it right now. We might raid it at the end of the video, but this is something that I think is a good raid candidate. You do see a lot of sniper towers, and that itself is a problem. But these heavy machine gun guys are going to make great work for me for the decoy. I'm going to probably use it to destroy one of these sniper towers and get them out of the way early. But first, let me show you what that kind of looks like in a actual battle. So let's go to one of my attack histories, and we'll just go to the most recent one, this one. So in this one, I did bring a vehicle. We're going to go ahead and slow it down so that way we can really soak in the knowledge, you know. So what do I do first? I go ahead and click all of my units at the very start, and then I use all of my veterans immediately. And after that, I'll go ahead and just keep kind of clicking on everything. And I'll scroll this far away, and then I'll start looking for traps or anything that might be in the way. I don't like this corridor. I'm going to have to do something about that later. But I'm going to go ahead and target this trap first, because this trap is going to cause problems. I should have done this closer. It would have been destroyed faster, but it doesn't matter. It still works. And now at this point, pause. I now have complete access to his base through my power-ups. And this is something where the decoy ability, this is a clan raid by the way, so this is an alliance battle. The decoy ability is going to do so much work for me here. I'm going to put a decoy on this guy's missile defense system, and all of his units are going to destroy it for me, allowing me to missile and instantly destroy any sniper tower that I see fit. And we're going to see that right now. Boom. I also got an extra missile from that, so now I'm going to take out all of his sniper towers, as the sniper towers are priority. If you do not get rid of those sniper towers, you will lose the raid. So I'm going to go ahead and target this one first. Boom, get it out of the way. Next sniper tower is probably... I might either do the sniper tower, or at this point... Actually, I know what I do. So at this point, these sniper towers, I believe, are protected by this defense unit. And I would rather hit the sniper tower with all these units than just get the sniper tower alone. So I decide to do something else. I'm going to go ahead and take out this turret and this tent with the same rocket. And that works beautifully. Boom. Another missile. Guess what? That means another sniper tower out of the game. At this point, I feel a little bit less inclined to get multiple things, but I do see 2 Rocketeers. Might as well weaken them a little bit. Alright. The next thing I'm going to do, you may notice all my units haven't even reached here yet. That is just my powers so far. The next thing I'm going to do is open up this map area, because I don't want my units going into here and blowing themselves up. So I'm going to use my my vehicle ability to break this wall down so they don't walk in there. And we'll hopefully get that done as soon as possible. Okay, right, I remember what I did. So I was noticing, hey, they're going to get in here and it's going to be too late. So instead of doing that, I used the targeting ability, I believe, on this sniper tower. Let's see. We're about to find out. Where do those rockets go? I do use it on this sniper tower because I noticed that they were going to not make it. So I went ahead and did that to that sniper tower. Now this wall is completely open. I'm going to go ahead and do smoke here to stop those Rocketeers, get another missile. And with that missile, I think I'm going to save... No, I'm using it. Oh, I can get the very edge of this tent. Now, from previous attempts, I know that one missile takes out one tent from the wall situation here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out. But sadly, that was upgraded. So I'm going to have to wait for something like a firebomb, and then I'm going to try to sneak it in here. I do miss this one, by the way. I remember this. I miss it. I botched it slightly by like maybe an inch or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and keep smoking these guys because they're going to do insane damage to me. And at this point, all I want... Holy shit, that's annoying. At this point, all I want is to get rid of all the units because these units are insane. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all of them. Another firebomb. I'm probably going to put it up here to hit the tent. Let's see if I do. No, I put it down here, but the units are already dead. That was a little bit of a waste. I think it's because last time it didn't reach, but it doesn't matter. At this point, the raid is a wrap. Yeah, at this point, this raid is nothing. And that's my thought process. Like, basically, the entire thought process behind a raid is get everything as much as you can before your units get there, and make sure you don't fall for traps. The traps, if you get somebody in a corridor like this, with a bunch of traps in the middle of it, like something like this, right? If a bunch of traps were in here as well, that's death. That is death for a lot of your units, and if you can't get that if you can't get that early footing in an alliance battle, in a versus battle, you will lose. Let's go to the next one. Let's do this one. So this one doesn't have a vehicle. So this is an example without the vehicle. So like always, what I'm going to do is immediately use all my units and then immediately get all my veterans out as well. And the reason I do this is to get as many units out as possible for the targeting ability. Next, we're gonna go ahead and look at our battlefield. Interesting. We have traps everywhere. There's not much I could do about this. This guy was very smart with his traps. These traps are so spread out that I can't take them all out, and it's not worth using a rocket. So instead, I'm gonna look over here and see what I can do over here. Yeah, this guy's base is kind of insane. Even though it's a little low level, right? He has so many bombers everywhere, and his tower defense systems are very protected. So the thing I'm going to do instead is start getting rid of some of these sniper towers. So I'm going to use a decoy on the sniper, but I'm going to put it a little bit up, I think. So that way it hits. That way these three and maybe two of these guys are going to also kill the other units. So let's see that. I think that's what I do. I'm pretty sure. I think I might. Yeah, there it is. A little bit up. And they all shoot. I don't know if it kills any of them. No, it doesn't. I did get a rocket from that, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is I might as well try to get rid of this, because this thing is going to start causing problems. So let's see if I do that. I might try to get a couple units in as well, right here. No, I used the targeting, right. Okay, so here's why I use the targeting. This guy is positioned in a way where he might start hitting the barrel here and explode it, and this rocket might hit the wall and explode this barrel. So I think that's what I'm trying to do. So we have one barrel down. Let's see, can we get the other barrel? This rocket, damn, barely misses. Whatever, let's go ahead. It works out for me anyways. I'm gonna just have to, I'm looking at the battlefield. I'm gonna have to take both of these traps. I think I'm probably gonna get another medic out, because this medic is probably gonna die. So let's see. Yeah, I get another medic out because, yeah, he's definitely gonna die and it's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably missile all the grenade people, because at this point, let me see, I can't missile them and I can't missile them. But I can go back here and missile this tent. So I think that's what I'm gonna do now. Let's see. Waiting. People are dying. Yeah, I think at this point I have a third missile, so I think this is where I get another scientist. I'm gonna use a smoke in here and then missile back here, I think. Let's see. We're waiting. Maybe I missile? I'm not really sure. It's looking like I won't missile yet. I think maybe I was more focused on the front until I noticed that this was completely unprotected. So this is a good key in being a little bit more aware than I was. I could have saved myself so much time. I'll go ahead and I'll missile these people instead to get rid of the other grenaders. It's too bad it doesn't really kill them. So then I see the tent. See, so I didn't look back here. So I was too focused up in the front that I missiled these guys, and then I noticed the tent was probably peeking out like this. And I was like, wait a minute, there's a tent back here spawning these guys. Let me go ahead and take it out. Boom. Targeting. I'm gonna immediately rocket this tent. So that tent made me notice this tent that's barely out of reach. I'm gonna take that tent out as well. And at this point, the rest of the battle is easy, because all of the units are not being able to spawn anymore, and I can just target whatever units I need to target, and my units are going to clean it up very, very nicely. And it really is about knowing, being able to look at the battlefield and seeing what you can pick off to make the battle easier. So that's the reason why my high priority targets are the sniper tower, tents, and the grenade stuff, or grenader units, or rocketeers, or anything that's any unit that's a bunch of them. I'll use the targeting on any of those, basically, and rockets on any of those, truly. Okay, well, you may think that this is kind of a strange place to end the video, but the rest of it is unusable. The recording went ahead and went completely pitch black on basically all the other games that I went ahead and did. So if you wanted a part 2, I guess, ask for it. Other than that, this is going to be the end of the video, and the things to take away is to use your powers smart, and like and subscribe.